So there was a little bit of a hiccup when recording this video. I thought we were going to be doing this over Discord, but then Jonah showed up at my doorstep.
You're welcome.
I guess the topic of conversation made him run to my house. But I couldn't just leave him out in the cold, or else that's illegal.
Animal abuse.
Jonah?
What?
You concern me. Anyway, what's up, you guys? OperationGamer here, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Of course, I am here with Jonah.
Hello.
Again, you might recognize him from the Jimmy Neutron video.
That game wasn't very good.
It was not.
I expect the game we're discussing today to be a lot better.
Oh, 100%. 100%. It's hopefully going to be a lot better. It's not out yet. Persona 3 Reload. How are we feeling?
Oh, I really want it to be February already.
Dude, so do I. As of recording this video, it is about, like, about a week and a half away?
Probably.
As of the release of this video, it's going to be about a week, depending on how lazy I am. I'm trying to get this out as quick as possible. We're trying to do this little podcast thing again, kind of like what we did when the game first initially got leaked. And I thought it would be a good idea to just come back and discuss it, because honestly, to be totally honest, Persona as a franchise has become a big part of my life. Kind of skipping over a lot of the sentimental bullshit. This game means a lot to me, and Persona 3 in general is not my favorite Persona game, but I respect what it's done for the franchise, and I'm honestly really excited to see this remade.
It's done a lot, actually. P3.
It really has. Yeah,
You did a lot.
I mean, I've beaten this game twice. I've beaten FES and Portable. And I still haven't beaten the answer yet. Have you?
Yeah.
How bad is that?
It was rough.
How many times have you beaten Persona 3, just out of curiosity?
I beat FES, the answer, and then I believe I did P3P with New Game Plus. And I have an unfinished Orpheus-only run in P3P.
Shout at Jonah for a YouTube channel, because I want him to do some of this shit. By the way, I want to do an Orpheus-only run on FES. That's going to be rough as shit.
What the heck?
That would suck. Well, someone did it for the answer. Gnarly did it for the answer.
Damn.
Yeah. Which is crazy, because the FES doesn't have spell cards or anything, but, like, you get, like, spell mutations or something like that.
You know, I feel like the internet humbles a lot of people.
That's true.
Like, you think you're good at a game, and then you see someone do some insane stuff in a game.
True.
And you're like, wow.
True. I mean,
I suck at the game.
I mean, I would like to do a lot more stuff like that. I mean, I'm currently working on a challenge run myself. I won't disclose that because it is not going well.
I've cursed you.
You have. It is all your fault.
You're welcome.
Anyway, if you guys can't tell, this is gonna be more of like a podcast style video. So if you're worried about missing anything on camera, don't worry. I might just be punching Jonah every once in a while. That's, you know, that'll show the abuse that I have towards him. But yeah, if you guys don't worry about it, there's not gonna be anything interesting going on in the video itself. We just have a lot of things that we want to discuss about Reload. Now that it's only a week away, we did a video similar to this. Way back when the trailers got leaked, and we had some initial thoughts, we had some initial opinions, what we were predicting would be in Reload, and some of the stuff came true, some of the stuff didn't, and we just kind of want to get our last initial thoughts out of the way before the game officially releases. I would like to do a review on Persona 3 Reload, to be quite honest with you. Depending on how fast we complete the game, maybe we can do that together too.
Oh, yeah, I'm down.
Let me know if you guys want me to do the review with Jonah, so I just finished. I do think that would be kind of fun. But yeah, we are just gonna kind of discuss Persona 3 Reload, what we've known, kind of to just give you guys a little bit of background. I have seen all the trailers that have been dropped. At least, I think I've seen at least most of them. I've seen gameplay of it. I saw people do the gameplay stuff, like the couple floors on Tartarus. I've seen the Priestess boss fight, well, at least most of it. So I've seen a good majority of Reload because I just can't get enough of this because I am a whore. Jonah, on the other hand, has been kind of...
I've seen much less of the trailers. Like, I haven't seen too much of, like, the full-blown Tartarus gameplay.
Yeah.
I saw the Priestess fight, though. That was pretty sick.
It was pretty sick, yeah. That's something we'll talk about here in a minute. But yeah, Jonah has been very secluded from a lot of it, whereas I have been trying to get as much information as I can, and if that spoils the shit for me, that's my own damn fault. You should take a page out of my book, Kingdom Hearts 3 fans. Anyway.
Kingdom Hearts 3. Did they spoil the whole game in the trailers?
Yes and no. I'm gonna be honest, God, Kingdom Hearts 3 was a interesting time. Basically, they showed off every single world in all, they had way too much fucking promotion for this game. It was so hyped. And I think that's one of the things, if they just like cut back like 90% of the trailers that so many fans were so wanting to watch so much, maybe there would have been more surprises, because like, you know, Roxas was revealed to come back, and like literally almost every single thing in Kingdom Hearts 3 was spoiled from the trailers, and I think that's part of the reason why people were disappointed. But I'm kind of on the fence for Reload, because there has been a lot of stuff that has been released for it. Like, there was every single character got released as their own like character trailer. Nothing was like spoiled like story wise, but it definitely was kind of spoiled for who is in your main party. Like, I feel like if they would have done that with Persona 5, and wasn't like a new this is an old game, but if it was like a new game and something I haven't experienced before, I would feel kind of iffy about it. And I would feel like that there wasn't enough new shit for me to consume. But me knowing and playing Persona 3 and what they have revealed, I think there's still more shit that we can go through.
Oh, like new stuff to discover?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
And we're gonna go through it here in just a minute here. I have some bullet points that we're going to talk about. It doesn't seem like a whole lot on my phone, but we're probably going to be getting into much in-depth conversation about it, because some of my opinions have changed from our initial video. I don't know if anything about your opinions have changed, considering you haven't seen a lot of the new stuff that they're adding. But
I mean, most of like any sort of shift as I got more hype as time went on.
Yeah. I'm extremely hyped for this game, and I just can't wait for it to come out. But without further ado, I think that's enough intro. Why don't we actually get into itself, the whole thing itself? Do you want to start with the presentation, or do you want to start with the gameplay?
Well, I don't really have a preference. I know that doesn't help. You can always flip a coin.
Fuck! Flip a coin.
Heads, presentation, tails.
Gameplay. Alright, gameplay's first. Alright, so, gameplay itself. There was a lot of shit that we've seen so far. So, what do you, I guess, but before I start going off on tangents, like, what have you seen in terms of new stuff that they have added in terms of gameplay? Like that you know of?
I know that they have, like, they have the nerfed baton pass kind of thing.
Yes.
Like
yes.
I forget what it's called. Like,
it's called the shift.
Oh, yeah, the shift.
The shift was the baton pass-esque mechanic. Was something that I was very weird about coming into Persona 3, mostly because baton pass came initially from Persona 5, and kind of what I was explaining in our previous video. Baton passing and that kind of stuff from Persona 5 kind of gave it its identity, and it was a much more like tactical type game. No, I guess not tactical, but like you had a lot more control of where your turns were going to, where like you could set up a lot more strategy. I personally think that Persona 5 has some of the best gameplay in the series, like hands down.
Oh no, definitely.
At the cost of it being a little too easy, but that's not something I really give a shit about. But I was very weary on Baton Pass coming to Persona 3 Reload, but honestly, kind of seeing it in action, like you said, it's been nerfed to where
I think nerfing it was a good decision.
I agree.
Baton
I
Pass
100%
nuts.
agree. I just remember in Royal, you just keep going Baton Pass, Baton Pass, Baton Pass, Baton Pass, and then you're just fucking you're killing everything on the field basically.
Yeah.
And like, as far as I'm aware, it just looks like you're just shifting your turn to someone else. There's no buffs, nothing like that.
At least from what I could tell, there's no buffs.
At least that's what I've at least been hearing people say on YouTube who's been covering this topic. So that I'm happy to see. I'm not gonna lie. Because I think one of the biggest things about Persona 3 is definitely challenge. Because Persona 3 is probably one of the hardest games in the Persona series.
It's the one I struggled with the most, especially FES.
Yes. Eternal Punishment is probably number one for me personally, but definitely I've only played Eternal Punishment once, so it's kind of on and off. But like even Portable, playing with controlled party members, it still kind of put up a decent challenge. At least for my standards. It was still easier, but yeah, FES, one of the hardest games in the Persona franchise. And I know that's going to be a big thing for a lot of people because a lot of people were complaining about how like Persona 5 Royal and Persona 5 in general was just too easy of a game. That's not something that bugs me personally, because as long as the game is fun and it's not like brain dead, then I'm fine with that. Except for Innocent Sin. Innocent Sin was brain dead. Like,
yeah.
It was literally just auto battle.
At least the PSP version was... That one...
Yeah.
I mean, you just hit buttons and win.
Yeah. You literally just set up your shit, hit auto battle, like maybe one or two battles, you have to shift your decision making, but that's basically it. I
was in like an optional like dungeon in Innocent Sins on the PSP, and like... I was fighting an enemy that was absurdly over-leveled, and I almost beat it.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah, but, a lot of people are scared that Reload is going to be, easy, if not easier than Persona 5 Royal. But seeing that they nerfed the shift mechanic makes me feel a little bit better about that difficulty. And especially looking, there was, you said you saw the Tartarus gameplay? Or no, you didn't.
No, I
didn't
see Tartarus.
Okay, yeah. So it's this clip where someone is playing, I think it's like the first like 4 floors of Tartarus or whatever, and they get to the first Tartarus Guardian. And they go through once by themselves, and then they go through a second time with Junpei and Yukari. And then they get almost fucking wiped out by the first Guardian.
Those are the birds, right?
Those are the birds, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
they get almost fucking destroyed. I don't know if that was part of the video, but like it was holy shit. Maybe I was remembering something, but like they were getting utterly fucked. And seeing that makes me feel a little bit better about it. But yeah,
I think it would be really funny if Atlas is like, huh, you thought P5 Arm is too easy, and then they make Reload the hardest game of all time.
I honestly would not be offended by it. The only thing that I'm glad about it is the controllable party members. Like if they made it one of the hardest games, but they stuck with the AI controlled party members, I would jump off a roof.
I would cry.
Yeah, no, I'm glad controllable party members are back as well, and I think that's gonna make the game a lot funner. But speaking of difficulty balance, there is one thing that I am a little nervous about. It's the theurgy attacks. Have you heard of those?
Were those like
They were like the limit breaks.
I vaguely remember that. Like, isn't it like you build up that attack and then like it's like a super powerful attack?
Yes. So basically, I don't know when you're gonna get it. I assume like maybe like the second or third full moon operation you'll probably get it. But there's this bar that's right near your character's icons, and I'm assuming it's like a limit break system from a Final Fantasy game, where From what I hear, specific actions for specific characters is what builds up your theurgy bar. I think from what I was looking with Junpei with some of the new mechanics that they were adding in, he has to hit critical hits or something to fill his up. Oh, which will be interesting. I could be wrong.
Interesting. So they have their own special things that they have to do.
I would assume so. I could be reading too far into it, but honestly, if that's how it is, I don't think I'll be offended by that. If every character, based on like their personality or whatever, needs to do different things to fill up their theurgy attacks, as long as it doesn't make it too overpowered and broken, I'm okay with it. But those theurgy attacks, because I'm pretty sure they show them off at every single character trailer. Like towards the
I
end.
remember seeing like some like big attacks in those trailers.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. What's actually really funny is there was some leaked footage of Yukari before the trailer even got leaked that everyone thought was fake.
Oh.
And I'm sitting there watching Yukari's trailer going, holy shit, it wasn't fake? This was a real thing? What?
That's kind of how I felt when the game was revealed.
Right?
Because I didn't think that they would remake P3.
Right? Because after I watched the trailer, I texted you and I'm like, bro, there's no way this is real. And you didn't think it was real until it was
No, I didn't
released
think it was
literally
real.
the next day. But yeah, no. So the theurgy attacks, depending on how they are utilized, make me a little nervous. Because I do think, I do think that they're pretty similar to Showtime attacks, but a lot less. Well, I guess Showtime attacks weren't random in P5R. It was like if Joker was low in health or you were close to finishing off an enemy. So,
they tried to make those pop up in clutch moments.
Yeah, basically. So based on how they're utilized and how fast the bar fills up, I think I'll be a little more okay with theurgy attacks. Oh god, was there anything else about the battle system? I mean, we got controlled party members, we got the theurgy attacks and the shift mechanic. I don't think. Was there anything else from that gameplay?
Did we see like the what elementals are going to be in the game?
I think it's the same thing as regular Persona 3 because this is supposed to be
so the slash bludgeoning, pierce,
slash strike and pierce. The four
fire,
elementals,
ice, electric wind,
and then bless and curse.
Will they just be raw insta kills?
No. I'm pretty sure that they're adding the bless and curse attacks like they did in Persona 5.
Okay.
I like that. I 100% like that. Mostly because I didn't utilize the only game that I truly utilized insta kill moves in was PQ because they're overpowered.
Oh yeah, they're OP.
Yeah.
I use them quite a bit in P4G with Naoto. I just like roll up to the battle, see if I could kill everyone on the screen.
Yeah, that's fair.
Win.
I utilized it a little more in P4G as well, but then as soon as I unlocked Yoshitsune, everyone was dead. Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm actually really glad they brought those attacks back. As far as I'm aware, anyway, this is what we can always research this shit too. I mean, it's not like we're gonna, yeah. But yeah,
I'm Google in the middle of the podcast.
That'd be funny. But yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that they're adding those bless and curse attacks again, which will be really really nice. Cause people, even if a shadow has weaknesses to bless and curse, it's like there's no point in trying to get all out attacks at that point, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, no. So they're doing that with the elementals. The shuffle time.
I didn't see anything about
really
shuffle time. At least, if I did, I didn't pay too close of attention to it.
So from what I'm aware, how I've seen shuffle time so far is it's a lot more like Persona 4 Golden.
Stuff like that.
Except without the sweet bonus, I think.
Oh, without the sweet bonus. Okay.
So like they put the cards in front of you and then you select it. It's not like P3 where they flip them over and then shuffle them around, but
right.
like they actually show them. And then also I think from what I have heard, there's these things called like major arcanas that have different boosts as well.
Oh yeah, like the Fool Priestess.
Yeah.
Is that what you're referring to?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know what they do. I don't think they've revealed anything about it.
I hope that if...
I'm pulling up Google in the middle of the podcast.
I hope that if they don't mirror what they did in Golden, because I think that the cards that boosted your Persona's base stats, that was insanely strong.
Yeah.
Like, Izanagi only, I had 99 in every stat pretty shockingly early.
Yeah, I believe it. I'm trying to see, because everything new in Tartarus here. We're gonna kind of go through this.
But yeah, I like shuffle time being more like P4G because I really liked that shuffle time.
Yeah.
The sweet bonus will be kind of sad if it's gone, but
I'm okay with sweet bonuses not making it back, but if that's how it is. We're actually gonna go through this article here on clutchpoints.com. Everything new in Tartarus. So Persona 3 Reload is almost here, whether you played the end of games in the Persona series or not. Blah blah blah. Let's see, Tartarus. So finally running. Running is gonna be really nice in Tartarus. In terms of the dungeons crawling, dude. Like that'll be.
That's so weird that that's just like a feature highlighted.
So that's the TRG meter right there.
The red?
Yeah, the red. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you can see Mitsuru, Ken, and Koromaru, all their stuff. But yeah, so that'll be nice for finally being able to run.
I'm gonna get meta in the final edit. Are you gonna have that picture show up on screen so that way the audience can see what the hell I'm referring?
No, so
they can look it up for themselves.
That's why I said the thing out loud. Like this video is like designed to be like just a podcast style where someone can just put us in the pocket and just listen to it if they're doing some shit. Yeah. So finally running auto recovery, which was not in the original. Persona 3 Reload takes from Persona 5 with an auto recovery button, instantly restoring HP from the party using healing abilities or items. That'll be really nice.
Oh yeah.
Breakable objects. There's instead of the stuff where you just go up and press triangle and P5, you have to literally physically go up and like break the objects, which will.
Oh, that's cool. I feel like it makes it a little bit more engaging.
Yeah. Smashing these can yield various rewards from recovery items that aid in your journey to loot that can be sold for profit. Among the spoils, players might also discover shards of dusk, crucial for unlocking treasure chests.
Oh.
So instead of having like chest keys, there's going to be these shards of dusks or I think they're called twilight shards from what I remember. But basically, they're just like the keys that you would get in Persona 4 Golden, from what I'm seeing. Send someone to recon. Oh, this one I didn't know about. Sometimes after a battle, you will have the choice to send a party member on a reconnaissance mission, which this means the party will temporarily leaving your party to scout the path up to the next floor. They will rejoin the group on the next level, bringing items collected during their exploration. So. Kind of like how it was in FES, where you send the team out to go look for shit, but one of them could be caught by the Reaper. But what do you know? Rescue.
If you get caught, that's a skill issue.
Yeah. Rescue lost people. This was in Persona 3 Portable.
It was, yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that's going to be the same thing.
Will it work exactly the same?
No. I think so. It doesn't give me much information here.
Oh, that's all good.
Yeah. Shuffle time returns. Here we go. Winning a battle gives a chance for shuffle time to occur. During shuffle time, you can choose one of the several cards granting you various effects or even new personas. There are rare occasions where major arcanas cards can appear. Choosing major arcanas grants unique effects like increasing the amount of XP gained or boosting all-out attack damage. These unique effects will last for the remainder of the day.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Arcana Burst. Exceeding the limit of major Arcana cards will cause an Arcana Burst. During an Arcana Burst, all minor Arcana cards get enhanced effects.
Neat.
Alright. Monad's Doors. What the fuck is this?
The Monad.
Sometimes Monad's door will appear inside Tartarus. Entering this massive gate will reward treasure chests, but they're guarded by strong shadows. Defeating these formidable foes will trigger a shuffle time with a guaranteed major arcana.
Wow.
Monad's Path is a type of Monad's door and takes the form of a long corridor teeming with shadows. Getting through Monad's Path will reward you with powerful weapons, character outfits, and unique valuable items.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's
I wonder if there's gonna be like a way, like how spawning the doors work. It'll probably be random.
I would assume so, or maybe they're on. It's either they're random or they're on like specific floors of Tartarus, and you can only enter them like once or some shit.
Wow, I'm liking what they're doing to Tartarus.
Yeah, me too. I think Tartarus is gonna be a lot more fun because like
so
I didn't mind Tartarus, but it did get repetitive sometimes.
Oh,
I'm not gonna
right.
lie.
Yeah. So with the Monad doors, I think, like, remember in Portable and FES how, like, at a certain point you would have like that extra door off to the right, and it was like a super dungeon. Well, it was like a dungeon filled with a lot harder shadows.
Are you talking about at the bottom where you go down and face Elizabeth?
Yeah, the one where you have to go through it to even face Elizabeth. I think you have to beat the Reaper to unlock it. Will that still be in the game? Because I think that dungeon was referred to as the Monad.
I would assume so. I don't see why it wouldn't.
Right.
I mean, there has to be an Elizabeth boss fight. I still haven't beaten Elizabeth myself. I've only beaten the twins and Margaret. Dare I fucking face Lavenza and fucking
Lavenza's
Elizabeth.
hard. Elizabeth, I haven't beaten. Elizabeth.
You haven't beaten Elizabeth either?
No.
Okay, cool. That was an experience.
And yeah, well, because in Portable, I like created like a persona set, hoping that it would win. But well, I have a Jack Frost, but for whatever reason, whenever I switch to Jack Frost, he pulls out Maggie Dolan and instant kills me.
Are you talking about Theodore?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's the same fight, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the same fight. Yeah.
Yeah, I just instantly die.
Yeah.
And so,
I'm pretty sure it's because you're not allowed to have personas that like block.
I thought it was skills though. Like an explicit block skill.
I don't know.
Because no ice is inherent to Jack Frost.
Right.
But that's probably it.
We'll look into this some other time.
Yeah.
Just because we got some stuff to go through.
We got the podcast.
Rare shadows. Excuse me. Golden rare shadows will appear occasionally in Tartarus. Be quick, as unlike regular shadows, these golden rare shadows will run away from you when they are discovered. They give lots of experience, so try your hardest to defeat them. That's fucking huge. Look at that. It's that's gigantic,
dude. Oh my gosh.
For obviously, you guys can't see this, but go to this website clutchpoints.com and look for their Persona 3 Reload, like what's new of it, and you'll see these giant ass fucking golden shadows. That's gigantic. Giant rare shadows appear on even rarer occasions and will grant a plethora of items on top of regular golden rare shadows rewards when they are defeated. Oh, here he is, the fucking Reaper,
the man himself.
The man himself. What the fuck just happened?
Is there not any text under the Reaper? It's just the Reaper.
Just the Reaper. I thought.
I mean, it speaks for itself.
Yeah, just the Reaper. Beware the Reaper, who will hunt you down if you stay on a floor for too long. So the same thing as.
Oh, there is text.
Yeah, there is. It's just this website is being fucking stupid. Magical full healing clock. You can find a clock at the Tartarus entrance, which will restore the HP and SP of all party members. This will cost you 7 shards of dusk. However, so be strategic when you use it. So it won't be yen. It'll be shards of dusk.
Which that's the stuff that makes treasure chests.
Yeah, that's the stuff that unlocks treasure chests.
Oh, I like that because you have to be strategic. Like,
you have to be
do I
extremely
want to
strategic.
tough it out Or do I want a treasure chest?
I mean, from like whenever I go into a Persona game, regardless, like I always just try to use like physical skills at first because each HP is a lot easier to restore than SP. But
Right.
like, yeah, that'll be interesting considering that the fucking exhaustion mechanic is gone, which
right.
I honestly like.
I'm glad it's
I didn't
gone.
like the I didn't like the exhaustion mechanic. Tartarus outfits. You can change your party members' outfits while exploring Tartarus. This can be done in the menu at any time, and the choices are vast. Fuka support skills. This I found interesting because Fuka actually has an SP bar this time.
Really?
Yeah, if you look at this thing, you can see SP for Fuka. Yeah. Fuka can provide intel during battle and exploration. Select navigation when outside of battle to make use of her support skills. Some of her skills were outlined. Jamming, being undetectable by enemies on current floor. Shock noise, temporarily cause distress to enemy on the floor. Cyflid Aura enhances the entire party's stats at the start of the battle. And Fuka's support skills will cost SP. I like that.
I think that's cool.
I mean, navigators like Rise and P4G fucking broken once you max out her social
Absurdly
link.
good.
Absurdly good. Futaba also insanely good if you max out her social link. Fuka was a lot to be desired. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't find much use of Fuka. The only version of Fuka that actually had some use was PQ.
Yeah.
Because of her healing skills. I did not like Oracle at all. I barely use Oracle because it was just like ugh. But no, I'm glad they're giving Fuka a little bit more of a use. But that looks like that's it for this. But yeah, the gameplay of Persona 3 Reload is one that I'm gonna be. It's what I'm excited for the most. Mostly because it looks really interesting. As long as the difficulty balance is there, I'll be okay with it. Okay. What else about gameplay? I guess we can talk about the outside.
Oh yeah, social sim part.
Yeah, the social sim part. Yeah. They're adding jobs. so you can you can actually go like work at the Duck Burger or whatever the hell it was.
Yo,
that's the only one that I saw so far.
Mopping the Duck Burger floors, making burger patties for everyone.
Which will also be nice because of just the limited amount of things that you can do to raise your social stats in the original Persona. Because
I think they had jobs in Portable.
Did they?
Yeah.
Why do I not remember this?
It was fairly restricted, but like I remember the cafe was like the big one that I would
I remember working at the cafe, but everywhere else I don't remember going.
I think you could work at the movie theater. I never did. I
guess I never really went into it. I mean the only places that I really went to in Persona 3 and Persona 3 Portable was the strip mall, the dorm, and school. And then if I had to go somewhere else, and then if I had to go to I guess not the strip mall, but like the Polonium Mall itself.
Yeah.
I only went to the strip mall to catch up with social links, but I never really went anywhere for that.
You go to the shrine very often?
Well, I guess I really did. Maybe in Portable when I was trying to.
Oh yeah, in Portable I grinded the hell out of the shrine.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Yeah. So I'm intrigued to see what kind of new stuff we get around there, in terms of what you can do in the place. I'm assuming because they're adding jobs, they're going to be adding a lot more stuff too, which I'm really excited for.
Oh yeah.
So social links, the normal social links from FES are back. So like, there's obviously no male social links still.
Oh, what? I can't. There's no Junpei social link?
No. I mean, he was the magician in Portable for the FMC, but in FES it was Kenji, and we obviously
I don't like that guy.
You don't like Kenji?
No. No, I think he's the only social link I reversed in FES, and I didn't even bother to unreverse it. The only thing that unreversed it was like, I think it was when the tsunami hit and like, oh wait, it was like preparing for like some sort of like event.
Wasn't it cleaning up the event?
Yeah, I think it was cleaning up.
We should probably hold off on a lot of the spoiler talk though. we're gonna talk about the story there in a minute. But
okay.
Yeah, no, I understand. No, you're fine. But yeah, no. So all of the old social links are back. I'm not looking forward to the Gourmet King.
I didn't like that guy very much.
I don't like that guy either.
He was weird.
But apparently, you can still reverse social links, but you can't like. From what I'm pretty sure there's no jealousy social link. There's no jealousy mechanic either, so you can hang out with multiple girls without having to. Also, you can manually select if you romance them or not. From what I saw,
that's also good. I don't want to automatically romance people.
Yeah, that just made me look like a dick. But obviously, seeing how Persona 3 goes, I can understand why being a cheating d-bag made sense. But anyway, yeah, no. So there's that. But they are adding they're adding more stuff to the dorm that you can do. Like you can access the computer to like take tests and raise your shit and stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool.
You can hang out with the other party members. I think that's to help their theurgy attacks. There was this clip with Junpei
gardening
on the gardening.
Yeah, I like gardening.
And then you raise their theurgy level. And there's I think they're calling it just like social episodes or some shit like that. I forgot exactly what it's called, but.
Making up for the fact that Junpei doesn't have a social link.
Making up for the fact that none of the male party members have social links, yes.
Yeah.
But that'll be interesting to mess around with. I do have a question for you. Do you think they're going to add third-tier personas?
They might. I don't... You know what? I don't think so, actually.
You don't think
they
so?
might. Well, because all of the third-tier personas were, like, tied to...
social links.
Well, no. Like, with P4G, it was tied to the extra golden stuff.
Yeah.
And then with Royal, it was tied to the third semester.
True.
I don't think that there's any extra thing like that.
The only reason why I ask is I did see the trophy list because I already know what happens.
Damn, the trophy list is already out.
Yeah, the trophy list is already out. Oh. Yeah, and one of them was get everyone's personas or get everyone's ultimate personas, which could mean because you get the ultimate personas just through the story.
Yeah. That'd be a very weird achievement.
Yeah, right.
Just play through the game.
Well, I mean that's. I mean,
granted, that's a
lot of achievements. Like, beat this, beat that. Like, it is achievements, but
I think it'd be really cool to have everyone having like a third tier. Like a even stronger.
Yeah,
I think that'd be cool to see what they do with it.
Yeah, I mean they could have it to where like the final month like in January where you don't have any of this shit happen, which I hope they fucking fix, because you couldn't hang out with anyone during that period. Now, literally, I just kept going to bed.
Oh right, yeah.
And then
also, did you notice that in Royal all the third tier personas were just everyone's first persona but under a different name?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, so that'd be cool. Those episodes, and then you can just there's a lot of stuff that you can do back in the dorms, which would be pretty cool, at least from what I understand and what they added.
The dorm will feel a lot more lively.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's it covering the gameplay, to be honest with you. I personally am really excited to actually play this game and to see what new stuff they have in store for us.
Right.
Which will be really cool to just really cool to witness, to be honest with you.
I think the main thing that we talked about, like brought up, that is a disappointment is that they didn't like change who the social links are.
Yeah, but
I was hoping that they would.
I'm more indifferent by it. I know there's a lot of people that are upset that the that the male characters didn't get social links, which is fair. But like I already knew going into this that this was just a reimagining.
Yeah.
I guess not reimagining, but it's like it's supposed to be a remake of the original Persona 3, so I wasn't expecting them to change much. But in terms of the social links, but I am glad that they are adding those extra episodes.
Right.
But I will say that the completion is going to be a bitch. Trying to do everything. That'll be tough. Unless they add like specific things for specific
I'm really
days.
bad at managing my time in the games.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. That's one of the more difficult things. Anyway, so I think we should move on to presentation. I mean, I don't think there's going to be a whole lot covering this. Like, there's like one specific aspect that I kind of want to discuss, mostly because it's a very big controversy, which you didn't know.
We got to dip our toes in controversy.
Of course, we got to dip our toes in controversy. Who the fuck do you think we are? But
we're people of class. Well, I live under a rock, but I like to have class.
Right. But before we get into that part, why don't we just talk about the shit that's easy? Like, this game is fucking gorgeous.
Oh, it's beautiful.
This game is just fucking amazing looking. Like, a lot of people were afraid that it was just gonna be Persona 5 with just like a blue coat of paint, but like everything about this just screams Persona
like the
3.
Yeah, like the menus look really nice.
Yeah, dude, the like the diving into water for the pause menu. There's
Quick question: do we know if like the music like sounds like it's underwater too when you pause it and go into the menu?
I don't know. I haven't.
Okay.
I havened looked into it. I'm sure.
So that'd be a nice little detail.
I'm sure that there are clips from leakers out there that probably have that, but I'm not gonna look that up real quick. But I would assume maybe it's a little muffled, but I don't think it's gonna be like that hard aesthetic. But you never know. But yeah, no, the menus look really cool. Like I saw the menus for like what the social links look like, which is pretty cool. The equipment shit, like the equipment menu literally has your main character holding a mirror shard, and then the character's name that you have, their portrait appears in the mirror. Which I think Atlas might be listening to me somehow, because you stole my fucking idea, you assholes.
A bit of a stretch, Justin.
It probably is, but
I really don't think that someone working at Atlas is like
the mirror shard thing was my idea.
Mirror shards, especially because that I don't. Who knows how long Reload's been in development?
True.
I mean, they could have came up with it technically before you did.
But how long have I had the mirror shard idea for my Persona campaign?
Oh,
I've had it for a couple years.
I don't know.
So
they probably stole
Atlas, you sons of bitches.
No, there's no way they stole it. Just a coincidence.
But yeah, no. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, but the menus look great. The UI looks fantastic, and like, I was kind of iffy on the when you get into battles and like just the transition of going into battle, but it looks really fucking smooth the more that I look at it. Like the shard, the mirror shard breaking, and then just like the silhouette running up to join the battle. It looks really fucking good. Like everything of this game just screams Persona 3. It is so great.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
it looks fantastic.
Yeah, but like I know there was a lot of complaints about like the dorm looking really fucking weird, which I won't lie, it looks iffy to me, but like I'm sure there's gonna be polished by the time the game comes out.
I don't remember having any issues with the way the dorm looks.
People did. People had.
Well, I guess I'm not people.
There were some people who were saying that the dorm itself just looks fucking horrid.
I don't remember it looking that bad.
Well, there are so many people who are going to nitpick this game, which we'll get into in just a minute, especially with what we're about to talk about here. But,
I mean, I guess I had like a couple of nitpicky things too.
Well, yeah,
but I'm not too upset about my nitpicky stuff.
Right, and like truly, if like anyone who has a favorite medium, like your favorite thing in the whole world, you're gonna have like one or two nitpicks about it. And at that point, it's like, do you choose to let it bug you, or do you choose to just get the fuck over it and just be like, it's not that big of a deal, which it shouldn't be. Like if you have major issues with something, that's fair. But like if you're gonna focus on the little nitpicks and just continue to live in that negativity, that's just like that's not a way you want to live, you know. But you know, there are going to be people who are gonna go out here and they're going to try to fucking destroy this game. Like it's gonna fucking happen.
I mean, that happens to everything.
It happens to a lot of things, and I'm about to make a video on like what people expect from remakes, because like, and I'm gonna talk about this a little more when we get to the story segment, but like, there's always this like gray line when it comes to remakes and remasters. Like in my personal opinion, a remaster is just like the same thing with that's like touched up. And looks better, maybe sounds a little bit better.
It's basically the same thing.
Yeah,
but
like
looks better.
The same exact thing. Whereas remakes are a little bit less faithful to the original. Like they're still, but like they go in kind of a newer direction. If
they spice things up.
They spice things up. They throw their own shit in there.
Maybe remove some stuff that they're like,
maybe closer to a reimagining. But there's so many fucking terms for it. Like for example, like the Final Fantasy VII remake. I've talked about this before. But But like a lot of people were wanting a remake of Final Fantasy VII to be exactly as it was way back in the day. Like they wanted. I don't know exactly what people wanted from it. And when Final Fantasy VII remake came out, a lot of people enjoyed like the beginning portion of it because it's just like the first like not third of the game, maybe it's only like the first like quarter of the game, maybe less. I don't fully know, but the ending threw a lot of people off because it was a lot different than the way that Final Fantasy VII was going, where like certain characters were still alive or some other stuff like all these, you know. And like there's nothing wrong with having problems with those changes, but it's like, what were you expecting? Well, like 100%. I feel like either way, if literally everything happened exactly how it was, and there was nothing new thrown into it, people still would have not been happy and wouldn't have you know, paid for a bigger budget game. If they knew exactly what was going to happen.
I feel like it's hard to please everyone, especially if you're like
100%.
revisiting something that already exists.
Oh yeah,
people like.
Oh yeah, and like you're like not everything is going to please everyone, and that's I think that some people just can't get it through their head, because like when I just mentioned Final Fantasy VII Remake as a joke in my Final Fantasy VII ranking, so many people said that I chose war. That I chose war. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? And I also said at the beginning, like,
Justin, I don't see any guns around here.
Shut up.
I don't think you're prepared for war.
Right?
Good luck, buddy.
I said at the beginning, like, I'm not including remakes in this list, because of like otherwise Final Fantasy VII would be much higher on the list, because I really liked remake. After that, after remake, I played through Final Fantasy VII, and I still enjoyed it. In my personal opinion, I think it's good when a remake does something to spice up the story a bit.
Oh yeah.
And I made this prediction last time. I'm pretty sure Final Fantasy VII remake, like the trilogy, is going to end the exact same way. But I do think that remake brought a little bit more to the table. And that's kind of how I'm feeling with Reload so far with the new episodes. They're bringing more character development to these characters.
It seems like the additions they're making to the game are really good.
And I know I'm still kind of diving into story. I apologize that I'm going on this tangent, but it's like, come on, it's like, what are you guys expecting from this? You know. I am personally fine with something shaking something up, just a little bit, to uh, to justify me spending full price on a new experience, technically.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
because like another good example is Last of Us. I know you're not familiar, and I apologize that I'm going on this tangent again, but like Last of Us Part 1, so Last of Us was an old PS3 game that they remastered to PS4. Really good game, awesome story. They released Part 2. Not a lot of people were happy with it, but then they remade from the ground up the first game for PS5 with adaptive triggers and all that shit, right? In my personal opinion, it feels like the same story, like almost the same gameplay. Like it wasn't anything that I've heard of that spiced up the shit a bit, except for higher graphics and control scheme. That to me does not feel like a $70. Does not worth.
It just had a fresh coat of paint.
Yeah, and they just remastered Last of Us Part 2, and you can get, I think it's like $10 to upgrade that to the PS5 version.
But even then, the PS3 graphics I don't think were awful.
They weren't. They were really good. But yeah, they just released Last of Us Part 2 remastered for the PS5. And you can either upgrade it for like $10 from your PS4 version to go to your PS5 version, or they have it for like $50 at new price, which I still think is pretty costly. But I would not pay upwards to $70 for that experience. But like if they added something good in Reload that would incentivize me to get a fresh new experience for this game, if they added some new stuff, that part I would pay full price for. But that's the point that I'm making. But kind of going into the changes though is the music, and that's another one that's been very controversial. And you said you've listened to the new battle themes, right?
I have.
I fucking love them.
Actually, though, going back to like changing stuff.
Yeah.
Like honestly though, like for Reload to feel worth it, I mean, I have pretty. I mean, no, that would be a bad term to use. I'm not gonna say low standards. I'm pretty easy to please because I mean, I just kind of, I mean, like I would just want like more updated quality of life gameplay. Yeah. And I'd be happy.
Exactly.
But like I really like all of like the extra stuff that they've added. Like they've like beyond exceeded my expectations.
Exactly.
Like my first thoughts were like, oh, okay, I guess just like updated graphics, hopefully updated quality of life gameplay. Yeah. That's good. I like that. Okay.
Yeah. So something else that I forgot to mention was the Priestess gameplay. The Priestess boss fight.
Yeah, that boss.
There's sort of like a 30-minute timer, and then they just started like rapidly bringing down the timer.
That was so cool.
That added a lot of tension, and I'm really excited for that fight. And I'm gonna be shitting myself during that fight. I can't wait to see what the other bosses are like 100%.
I like that so much.
Yeah. Anyway, circling back to the topic that we're supposed to be.
Yeah,
on.
sorry.
No, dude.
I just kind of wanted to get that out there.
No, you're good. No, I went on that tangent. Anyway, but the music. The music is another thing that a lot of people are bitching about. I don't know why. I love the music for Reload. Like,
yeah, I mean, like what I've listened to sounds really, really good.
Like, people are using like the remix version of Mass Destruction as an example, but they don't like the new singer.
Oh.
Like they're a lot, like people are saying that she's a lot more chill when it comes to like the baby or whatever, and it's just like it's good. Like
I don't see anything wrong with that though.
I personally still like the original better, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But like these new battle tracks, they're really good, and they still. I feel still captures the experience that you're doing, and knowing that you're playing a new game. Because like the clean versions released like a week or so ago, and I've been blasting that shit. Like I'm not afraid to admit, I'll go out on walks and I'll blast the fucking the new Mass Destruction or the It's Going Down Now.
I like that one.
I love It's Going Down Now. It's a really good original track, and I'm glad they added it in. And yeah, but no, the new music sounds sounds good. Like, I've literally watched people on Twitter say that they were gonna boycott this game because of the new singer. It's just like,
What?
Then don't play the game. I mean, there's nothing.
I would assume though that they're gonna allow you the option to go with the originals. I mean, a lot of remakes give you that option. Just
right. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen anything on it, so it's not confirmed. But they had the DLC costumes in Royal and in Vanilla, so I'm assuming there might be an option, but there's nothing confirming it. But I know, well, we'll get into the DLCs in a minute. But I honestly wouldn't mind either way if they had the option for the original or not, because I think it has really good music regardless, and I like. Did you watch the opening movie trailer?
I did, yeah.
That song was so fucking good.
And like all of the cinematics too.
Yes,
was good.
Dude. When I saw when I saw the main character just like slush out on the couch, just pulling the gun to his head and then pulling the trigger, I'm like, whoa, that was raw. I was in the bathroom at work on the fucking toilet, going, oh my god, that was raw.
Brings me back to the first time I played Persona 3 and just the scene of Yukari with the gun.
Just like, why?
And I'm
why
like, oh my god, what am I playing? Don't do it, don't do it.
Oh god, I still remember seeing the P3 protagonist boss fight in Royal, and then I'm sitting there going, why is he putting a gun to his head and pulling the trigger? But like, dude, that. I think it's called Full Moon, Full Life. I also have that in my playlist. But I think the presentation for this game is really, really good, and it's and I think it's going in a great direction.
Oh yeah, I agree.
All right, so moving on, we're gonna kind of talk about extras. And we kind of talked about this in the previous video, but we'll start with the DLC first. And we were kind of having a conversation before we started recording. The DLC that was announced, the Day 1 DLCs. A lot of people don't like Atlas for doing Day 1 DLCs.
It's kind of scummy to just...
Yeah, you're not
here's
wrong.
Stuff that we have prepared, but we're gonna put it behind a paywall.
Yeah, I mean... This kind of DLC, I'm not really... I don't really care about. I mean, it's like...
Hasn't Atlas done, like, far worse? Like, haven't they, like, released games where, like, the Day 1 DLC's, like, an extra sub-story?
Yeah.
That's not cool.
SMT5 did that, where you had to pay, like, I think $3 to $5 for, like, the Cleopatra quest, and... there were some other quests that you had to do. There was the return of the Demon Lord or whatever, where you could add the fiends and stuff from Nocturne into SMT5. In my personal opinion, I didn't mind that as DLC, mostly because it wasn't a part of the main story. It was a cool super boss, but
hard to.
Yeah, that being Day 1 DLC is kind of iffy. I know there was one thing where I think it was like Persona 3 and 5 dancing, where they had a bunch of DLC songs that was close to like $60
Wait,
worth of DLC, and
wow.
like it was just a major cash grab, and the base games didn't have much to begin with. So I am very, very, very well aware of Atlas's shit DLC stuff. But looking at the stuff that they're providing for Persona 3 Reload, it looks like
it doesn't seem awful.
Yeah, I mean it's like
costumes.
It was more like costumes for, I think it was like Persona 5, both Phantom Thief and Shujin Academy, and then there was I think it was, what was it, Persona 4? Yeah, Persona 4. And then they have the extra personas, which is all of the personas from 4, 5, and then I think they're upgraded. pure
all
personas.
of them?
Like all the main personas. I'm pretty sure. Here, hold on. Persona 3.
Yeah, I'm kind of a sucker though for like the costumes.
Yeah.
So I'm like even if I don't use some of the costumes most of the time, I like having like the option and just like being able to run around.
Yeah.
As Joker.
Persona 3 Reload will have 7 pieces of paid DLC at launch, but will be a combined value of approximately $30, which isn't bad.
Not awful.
Most fans likely won't be pressured to spend money on the extra content, as DLC will be either purely cosmetic in nature or offer overpowered personas that are equivalent to cheat codes, which will completely break the game, which I am totally fine with. They have All Persona Reload Day 1 DLC, which is the Persona 4 Golden Persona set, which I guess is just Izanagi, Masui Izanagi, and then Kaguya. I don't know. Who's that? Who's Kaguya?
That was like the ultimate Aeon in P4G, and it's pretty tied to Marie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's Yasugami High, there's Phantom Thieves, there's Shujin, and then all the Persona 5.
That's what I was getting at. Okay, wow. That's...
Yeah. Which I don't know how the hell that's gonna work, but honestly, if there's any DLC, I'm definitely gonna get the Phantom Thieves, the Persona set one, and then everyone's upgraded. I can't wait to use. I was thinking about it on my walk today. Centennial, no, that hasn't been used as a DLC Persona, and I want to see what his quote unquote overpowered ability is.
Oh my goodness.
And then there's
It's probably insane.
Yeah, and then there's the Persona 5 Royal background music.
I wonder if it'll be on the level of Izanagi no Okami from Royal.
Oh, probably. But yeah, and then there's the Persona 5 Royal background music, which will include Jalda Baoth. I'm guessing that's Yaldabaoth.
Yaldabaoth. Yeah.
Last Surprise, Takeover, Throw Away Your Mask, and Victory. So, I don't know where they're gonna put Throw Away Your Mask, but okay. Yeah, so I personally don't mind these DLCs. I think because they're just purely cosmetic or cheat codes. I think locking them behind a paywall isn't bad. But when circling down to DLC, there might be there's still a chance that there could be future DLC for The Answer.
They could do that.
This one, just flip my phone over. This is the next thing we're gonna talk about because I don't know if your opinions have shifted at all about this topic, but no answer or no FemC.
I'm trying to remember what my opinions are before and if they've changed. No, I think they're mostly the same. I am kind of disappointed that there is no female protagonist, but I mean, I feel like I'm more okay with it than I was when we first made that video.
I mean, like, the FemC, don't get me wrong, was really fun to play as, but kind of like what I was talking about with Persona 5, I think the FemC gives people a reason to still play portable. As much as I think it would be cool to have the FemC in like a full 3D overworld and all that kind of stuff, I'm not totally heartbroken by it because I mostly know Persona 3 as the male protagonist, and I know that's going to be like a complete overhaul for the FemC. And I can understand why they're not putting it in, just because it would just be a whole lot of more work for that. Because, like, considering all the cool, like, because they're going to have anime cutscenes, they're going to have the, what the fuck is it called? FMV cutscenes? Is that what it's called? I forgot. I don't know. Anyway, where they do cutscenes in-engine.
Oh, yeah.
Which honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little worried about one of the scenes in there with the original Awakening, because I'm pretty sure I've seen clips of it and it just looks kind of like not as bad as Persona 3 P3P's Awakening looked, but like so far FES has the best Persona 3 Awakening, but that's something that I am worried about. But anyway, I think it definitely would just be a complete overhaul, and once this game releases on PC, 100% someone is going to make a mod for Persona 3 Reload. And I know you're going to be one of the first in lines to test that, aren't you?
I haven't actually messed around with mods too much on my games on my laptop. Like, the furthest I've gone with mods is Skyrim. I have a boatload of mods there.
Weren't you doing something for P4G, or am I crazy?
Well, I haven't started that yet, but I do have plans for having Micah and Isaiah completely curse P4G, and I just cursed
Persona 4 Golden Run ever.
And the thing though is it's set up explicitly to where I have no idea what they're gonna put on my computer.
Yeah.
So
yeah, the FemC, I can understand why that they wouldn't add it in, or why they won't add her in. If they do add it in, okay, cool. That's pretty cool. But I'm not 100% heartbroken like a lot of people are, just because I'm pretty sure that's not gonna fit on 2 discs. 1 disc or 2 discs, or how many fucking discs this game's going to be, or at least for playing on PS5. The answer though, that could be DLC in the future.
I could see it.
I can see it. I know that they said that they had no plans on doing it, but I can see them trying to do it. Cause like,
yeah, the answer's a thing where I'm not disappointed at all that it's not there.
I can only imagine. I mean, I feel like Reload would make the answer a lot better in terms of
I would
actual gameplay.
Innately assume it would, yeah.
Yeah. But like, it's like Kingdom Hearts 3, going back to that game again, like the ending was very iffy for a lot of people, myself included. But then I think, I don't remember if it was like a year after, if it was like 6 months after or something like that, they added this DLC called Remind, where it took you back through the ending and like explained everything in like these different gameplay segments, and you had these different playable characters and all this shit. It's a lot easier if I just showed you, but I can see them adding the answer potentially in like a year or so after it launches, which I won't be offended by. It'll have me coming back and playing the game.
Yeah, no, Atlas will get me to spend money on it,
dude. As long as it's not fucking like, if it's like $15, $20 for like, what is it? What is the answer like an extra like 8 hours, 10 hours?
I don't remember.
As long as it's like juicy content, I'll be okay with it. Should it have been in the game initially? Maybe yes, but I can see
I mean, I don't really think that it needs to be.
I don't think it needs to be either, because it also gives FES a reason to come back for it, come back to play it too. But I can see it. I can see why people would want it to be in the initial game, but like, I'm not completely heartbroken by it.
Yeah. I get that.
Yeah, but yeah, that's really all I had for the extras. And now we can talk spoilers.
Oh.
Spoilers for Persona 3 if no one has ever played it, but if you have played it and you want to know our opinions or anything on it, this is your spoiler warning now.
I already kind of spoiled a little bit.
I mean, it's nothing like major.
It's true.
Okay, so in terms of story-related content, we don't have much in terms of that. Mostly, we know that it's just going to be a remake from the ground up of the original Persona 3. There are some interesting things that I did see, like those extra scenarios that I was telling you about, the side stories or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
There is one where you can interact with Takaya.
Really?
Yes.
That's awesome.
I don't... Strega as antagonists, sucked.
Yeah, no, they were.
They were way too easy to beat.
I feel like they didn't really need to be there.
They really didn't. I mean, they didn't really.
I mean, like, they did kind of serve as, like, a opposing point of view. Like, how we're set to eliminate the Dark Hour, even though it'll, like, potentially wipe out our memory and get rid of all of our special powers and, like, get rid of the bond that we created throughout the journey.
Yeah.
And Strega's like, what the fuck? I'm not gonna let you do that.
Yeah.
I want my special powers. I want my comrades.
Yeah, and like their intentions were very unclear. Cause like from what we know about Strega, weren't they like man-made persona users? If I remember correctly, like they were forced to awaken.
I think Akutsuki did experimentation with people, and I think that Strega might.
Was it Akutsuki or was it Mitsuru's dad?
No, I don't think it was Mitsuru's dad at all, no. No, I'm pretty sure that guy was a good guy.
I don't know. I mean, Akutsuki and Mitsuru's dad did work together. But anyway, so I'm glad we get to. I'm hoping we can dive deep a little more into Strega and what their actual intentions are, because at first it was, as you said, why would I want to get rid of my powers? Like you guys are ruining everything. To, oh, we're all gonna die anyway. They went from a hitman website to a death cult.
To hey, the world's ending.
Yeah.
Don't stop it. I want to die.
But I did see it. I'm pretty sure I did see a Chidori fight, and it looked a lot harder. Which I'm really fucking hoping, because Chidori was literally you could 2-shot her, 1-shot her if you were lucky. I
mean, based on like what I've seen, it really looks like they're fleshing out Strega a lot more. And I like that. I think that's a very good direction to go. Yeah,
and that's what I'm hoping for. It's just like make them like actual good like antagonists, because like there's not a whole lot that they do with C's besides the whole shooting Shinji.
Yeah. Is that was a plot point.
That will be.
That was a very sad plot point.
100%, yeah. I'm a little pissed that you can save him in Portable. I'm not gonna lie, because like his death is supposed to mean something.
Yeah, I remember on like the female protagonist route, I like was like talking to like some of like the NPC characters. And then, like, they talked about him recovering in the hospital, and I'm like, well,
yeah, because you get his fucking you get his fucking pocket watch, when maxing out his social link. Which, you know, that's fun and all, but like, you know, he was supposed to die for it to mean something, you know,
because like a game about death,
yeah,
die.
It's like
keep them dead,
and it's like there's a lot of people that openly talk about it. Like, specifically, what I hear is like Nam's Compendium and Gnarly. They talk about it a lot. How like the fact that you can revive Chidori as well is.
I think there was like a lot of special steps to that one.
You had like continuously like visit her in the hospital or something.
Oh yeah, no, I never revived her.
Yeah, no, it's like that was the point of Junpei's reawakening, is that Chidori gave her life for his.
Right, it was like a sacrifice.
But then I think it boiled down to, oh my god, like the flower gave me life or whatever. So
really,
yeah.
Huh.
I'm pretty sure, from at least from the sources that I've been looking at. But yeah, they're probably going to add it. At least the Chidori one. Hopefully, definitely not the Shinjiro one, considering it's not the fucking female protagonist. But
right,
that'll be interesting. I don't think the ending is going to change, but I do hope that there is something that will like mix up the story just at least a little bit
Mm.
for us to have a reason to get this new experience. I just want to know what was going on with the TVs. Because, like, there was this scene in the trailers where there's, like, a bunch of TVs underwater. And, like...
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. But, yeah.
They're probably cursed because people were walking into the TV. So they threw it out.
Shut the fuck up. But as a story as a whole, I don't think there's going to be a whole lot changing. I'm pretty sure you're still going to make it to the end. You're still going to fight Nyx. Your protagonist is still going to die. All that shit. I'm pretty sure it's all going to stay the same. I don't think that people have anything to worry about in terms of the story. I just hope that they throw something in there just to shake up the feeling, just the experience just a little bit, to make it worth replaying. Because this will be well, maybe not the most time, because I played Persona 5 Vanilla 3 times through, Royal once, so that's 4 times through P5. I've only played through Persona 4 3 times, twice from Gold and 1 in Vanilla. I played through FES and Portable. This will be my 3rd time playing through Persona 3 as a new version of it. And I just want something to shake up the experience, whether that be a new difficulty option, whether that be maybe 1 or 2 new story beats, something.
So are you expecting a little bit more than what we've seen in terms of a shakeup?
Maybe.
Okay.
I'm still hoping for the beginning,
because
and the story for the most part to be the same, but like,
okay,
I don't know, just
because from everything I've seen, I'm pretty satisfied with what they've already changed. Like, I'm like, oh, this is epic.
I mean, look,
and I would be perfectly fine if they didn't really make very many changes to the story at all.
Oh yeah, me too. I just hope, like, maybe there's a couple new scenes with Strega, or
that would be nice.
Just something that fleshes out the story just a little bit more than what we had,
right?
To make me want to experience this game again.
Just sort of like go a little bit more in depth than the other 2 games. Okay.
Yes, because currently I have no reason to want to play through FES again. Personally, if I were just because I don't like the AI controlled party members, or any of that stuff. But then at the same time, I don't know if I want to play Portable either, because, like, yes, the female protagonist is cool, but like that would be the only reason why I would want to play through Portable, is because of the female protagonist. I don't want to experience the male route without the shit that FES has. So it's like it's always a constant back and forth. I mean, I still want to play the original Persona 3 and make that into a video. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. But I just hope Persona 3 Reload gives me a reason to want to stick with that. Wants me to make that my preferred way of playing through Persona 3.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Is that going to provide? Probably not. Maybe not. I don't have that high of an expectation when it comes to that. But I just want Reload to give me a reason to want to experience it again.
I see. Okay.
I
think I misunderstood you, because the whole time you were like saying something to like spice up the story, I'm like thinking, I'm like, do you mean something on the level of like,
I think
Takaya
I definitely
just committing suicide?
Oh my god,
like,
no.
Changing that part.
No. Yeah, no. I definitely.
I mean, that was just like a very extreme example.
Oh god, no.
But like that's like the kind of direction I thought you were talking about.
Look. I understand that I
like
suck
kind
at
of
words.
Like change a major plot point, and I'm like, well.
Look. I suck at words. No, I don't want the major plot points to change.
Okay.
I just want Persona 3 Reload to give me a reason to want to make this my preferred way of playing through Persona 3. Because currently with the 2 versions that we've gotten of Persona 3, I think that's my current issue with Persona 3. I don't have a reason to want to replay these games. Because
yeah,
but I still like Persona 3. Don't get me wrong. The story is fantastic. I just don't have the motivation to jump back into either of these versions.
Tartarus is kind of a slog in portable and FES.
Yeah. So
you get tired 5 minutes into Tartarus in FES.
yeah. So that's my biggest thing is I just want there to be enough content in Reload to make me want to play this specific to want me to come back and replay this specific version.
Oh, I see. Okay. I predict that with everything that they're adding, I think that Reload would be a game I'd see myself wanting to come back and revisit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that with what I've seen, they've probably already done it for me.
Yeah. And I know that statement itself, for a lot of hardcore Persona 3 fans are probably gonna look at me and be like, "What the fuck, bro? You don't think Persona 3 is a good game?" That's not what I'm saying at all.
Gotta get strapped up for war again, Justin.
Yeah.
Wait a second, I'm in the mud too. Oh no.
I'm not saying that at all because once again, I still really love Persona 3. I love the story. I love the. I guess I don't know what I'm fully saying. I love the story. I love the premise of everything. I just don't feel compelled to continuously come back to Persona 3 and replay it. There's just nothing compelling me to come back, and it's also a long ass game too.
Beating Margaret's a reason for me to come back to Portable. I have beef with Margaret/Theodore. Insta-killing me after I pull out Jack
I'm
Frost.
sorry, can you repeat that, please?
I have beef with Margaret/Theodore. The boss fight.
Margaret?
Oh, Elizabeth. Oh no.
I'm like, what the fuck? You can fight Margaret in
Oh, you
Persona
can.
3?
You can actually fight Margaret in Portable.
Wait, really?
Yeah, there's like these puzzle fights, and then after you beat all the puzzle fights, you could challenge Margaret.
Really?
Yeah, and actually Margaret's a lot harder in Portable than in P4G.
I believe it.
A lot harder.
I believe it. I wiped the floor with Margaret. It was still tough, don't get me wrong, but I utterly fucking destroyed
As in,
it.
I got really far in the fight, and I had like too many rounds have passed, so she pulled out the insta kill.
I guess that's another thing that we can talk about before we end this off. The Elizabeth boss fight. The Elizabeth boss fight. The Theodore's not going to be in there.
But yeah.
Do you think it's going to be as hard or harder than FES?
It probably won't be as hard as FES. I mean, I haven't like even attempted the one in FES, but from what I've heard that the one in FES is a lot harder than the one in Portable even.
You gotta wonder why that is though, because you still have to go down and face them by yourself. So like the only there really isn't a difference between the fights because you can't knock down Theodore, can you? Or Elizabeth? You can't knock them down, right?
I don't think so.
So there really is no, at least I think that there would be no difference. But this is just me talking who hasn't beaten either of them.
Well, one thing though is the Armageddon spell, from what I could tell, is supposed to be super important for beating the fight in both.
Yeah, because
in FES it costs a shit ton of SP to use Armageddon,
and then
in Portable it's an item that you have to grind up a crap ton of materials to get.
Yeah, that I forgot about that part. Because fusion spells are locked behind theurgy attacks this time.
Oh, they are?
Yes.
Huh.
I would assume because they spiced up the mechanics, they're going to spice up the one for Elizabeth, which will be interesting.
Yo, Is she gonna have a
Theurgy attack?
Yeah, is she gonna have one?
Oh man, I mean, going based off of
That'd be really cool.
Going based off of the previous Persona games, I mean, at least Persona 5 with the twins having baton pass, I would assume I would assume that they'd give her some shit like that.
Awesome.
There isn't a trophy for it though, which makes me kind of nervous.
Oh.
But at the same time, there's no trophy for Lavenza either.
That is true.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
I can't believe I made that mistake.
You idiot.
Margaret.
All right. So I think we're gonna kind of boil this down. We've been talking for fucking God, what was it? We've been talking for like an hour and a half. I mean, shit. All right, that makes for a good video, huh?
Meaty podcast.
It was either hour and a half. I don't remember. You got here at 7:30, and then we kind of talked for like 15 minutes trying to set up and more.
Right.
So maybe it was close to an hour. But yeah, I think the bottom line at this point is just let it be February 2nd already.
Yeah, right.
Anyway. I think we're gonna wrap up this video. Long story short, we're both really excited for this game. Like I said, as of this recording, it's about a week and a half away. As of releasing this, it's probably a week away. So,
probably,
yeah. I would like to do a review of this game if you would like to do it with me.
Yeah, I'll join in.
I don't think I'm gonna be streaming this game. I definitely think I'm going to be doing this by myself. Maybe I'll stream Rebirth. I don't know. But we'll figure it out when the time comes. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching or listening, honestly, at this point. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Do what you guys want on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter at OperationGamer1. All that cool stuff. If you guys want more podcast videos like this, let me know. Because I've been honestly really debating on doing a podcast, and I think that would be really fun.
We gotta do casting couch stuff, too.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Shut the fuck up. That's not a project. I fucking announced it, you piece of shit. It's okay.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I thought it...
It's okay. It's okay. Power of editing.
The power.
Power of editing. Shut the fuck up. Yeah. I'm really excited for this game, and I just needed to be February 2nd already, and hopefully you guys are excited too. Let us know what you guys thought of our hot takes or opinions in the comment section down below. Love to read your guys' comments, and can't wait to see what this game holds for us. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Now get the fuck out of my house.
All right.
Motherfucker.
Got some water.
Julie told you to get 2 for each?
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
She warned me that it'll get hot, so I'm gonna be stripping a little bit.
Yeah, I knew it. Patreon only. Can you imagine if I did if I had fucking Patreon?
Yo.
I'm just saying, if this podcast thing, this type of stuff goes well, dude, I'd be so down to do this kind of shit.
The OnlyFans podcast.
The OnlyFans podcast. What the fuck, Jonah?
What?
I mean, okay, but shit, all right.
OnlyFans isn't exclusively sexual stuff.
Yeah, but that's kind of what it's become known for at this point. Like, you can't tell me that.
Well, then we'll just troll people's expectations. We'll do what
Belle
Delphine did with Pornhub.
But you can't tell me that OnlyFans, if anyone even tries to do anything other than sexual content on OnlyFans, they would not be successful at this point. Like, OnlyFans is right now known as a fucking porn place now. It's ridiculous.
Oh, this is all on camera too.
Dude, this is the extra bit.
Podcast.
This is the extra bit, yeah.
Pre-podcast.
The pre-podcast.
No, we'll make it successful.
God damn it.
We'll make it in the porn industry without porn.
Shut the fuck up, Jonah.